Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a impromptu video. I wasn't planning on doing it, but Sephora kind of sprung a summer sale on us. So usually they only do 2 sales a year, but they kind of threw this one in the mix and I was like, okay, a lot of you were asking me for my recommendations. I didn't have much time to plan. The hair is in a bun. It's a whole situation, but I'm going to tell you my recommendations for the sale. I will put all of the times the sales run and all of the percentages off depending on if you're a Rouge or VIB. To me, it's like confusing as shit every year, but I will put it down below so you can know exactly when you can shop the sale. I'm picking the best of the best. I don't want to repeat a ton of stuff. I'm not going to just go through all the stuff I mentioned for the spring sale or last year's sale. I'm going hard in on the best of the best stuff that I'm reaching for that never fails me. I'm wearing a lot of it on my face today. Before we get into what I recommend, I am partnering with RAKUTEN on this video. They are the largest cashback website that partners with over 2,000 brands you know and love to give you cashback and coupons for shopping that you were already gonna do. So I use mine mostly for Sephora, Ulta, Forever 21, Macy's, so many different brands. But because the Sephora sale is upon us and it just creeped up upon us, I wanted to remind you guys to use your RAKUTEN when you are shopping this sale. If you're gonna get 20% off, you might as well get an extra 3, 4, 6, 8% cash back on top of it. RAKUTEN is super easy to use. You basically just go to the app, which I use, or the website, and then you sign up. When you do sign up, you get a $10 welcome bonus with your first $25 purchase. I will have the link down below to sign up. You just go to Rakuten.com, type in Sephora, it'll tell you the cash back. Click shop now and shop as you normally would. It's going to track your purchases and track your cash back so you can always check in your account and you get a check or PayPal payment every 3 months. RAKUTEN is also co-sponsoring a $100 Visa gift card giveaway to one of you guys. So I have the link down below for that, as well as signing up for RAKUTEN, making your first $25 purchase and getting a $10 welcome bonus, okay? Free moolah, I'm telling you. I use it for everything. If I ever make a big purchase on StubHub, Expedia, any kind of big purchase, I'm always looking, really anything online, I'm looking for RAKUTEN because they work with most retailers that I buy from. So I have all the links down below. Make sure to sign up for RAKUTEN. Don't forget to use it on this sale. It's extra money, extra savings, extra cash back. Highly recommend. So thank you to RAKUTEN for sponsoring this video, and let's go ahead and jump into what I recommend for the Sephora surprise summer sale. So as I mentioned before, I didn't want to go through each category and just kind of pick things just to pick them. You guys know some of my ride or die products, but I wanted to focus on stuff that maybe I don't showcase enough on camera that I'm using constantly off camera. I'm going to start with base. I actually have quite a few primers here. Starting off with this Sun & Park Beauty Filter Cream Glow. I'm going to move quickly, so just note that. This is a primer slash moisturizer. It has a pink tint to it. You can see I've gone heavy-handed in this. I love this. I use this more so as a moisturizer than a primer, so I'll use this and then use a smoothing primer in my pore area. I love this. It has a pinky kind of glow to it, but it's nothing overpowering and it really sits beautifully under makeup. If you have combo skin, this would be great. It doesn't get super greasy. That's another thing I like. It's a lightly moisturizing moisturizer with a little bit of a glow to it. Highly recommend. This is I think a Korean or K-beauty brand, and you can get it at Sephora. Next up, I have 2 illuminating primers. My favorite is the NARS Radiance Primer. You can see I have done some damage on this. This is holy grail status. I saw Jamie Genevieve rave about this. I bought it myself. I am on NARS PR, but I didn't have it in my collection. I bought it a long time ago and I have loved it ever since. It does have a little pinky hue, kind of like the Sun & Park. This one's more hydrating and I would say overall just more dewy. Very, very pretty if you like a dewy, radiant, hydrating primer, but it's not greasy. I don't get greasy in the T-zone. If you want something a little bit in between, you want the radiance of the NARS, but you want a little bit of pore smoothing, I would say the Stellar Beauty Brilliance Primer. Let me say that again. The Stellar Beauty Brilliant Primer. Nobody talks about this. Every person I've turned on to this has really enjoyed this primer. It has a kind of silicone effect. It reminds me almost of the Pat McGrath or the, what is it? I can't even think. The Dior Backstage, but with a radiance to it and a little bit more smoothing properties. It's not your typical Benefit Professional. It's in between. It has a radiance, but smoothing as well. That's very hard to find. I feel like this NARS, very radiant, beautiful, but it's not gonna smooth those pores. This will do both for you. They have a mini size. I can link the mini size. I think it's $15, so you can try it out with the sale and RAKUTEN. It's gonna be so affordable. I'm telling you, please just humor me and try this out. I feel like I've talked about this enough, but I want to talk about it some more because it's banging. It's really good. It doesn't make me greasy. If you want something a little bit similar to the Stellar, right? You want more of a pore smoothing, a little bit of hydration, but you don't really want the dew. I'm going to recommend the IT Cosmetics all day, what is this called? Your Skin But Better Primer. This is a great primer. Really nice smoothing. Again, it's not like the Professional. It has more of a, I would say like a gel consistency, but it has a little bit of that slip in it. It doesn't have any tint to it or anything. It's a nice hydrator, but it's gonna give you a smooth canvas. Again, not gonna make you greasy, but give you some hydration. So those are my top 4 picks for primers. I feel like I see a lot of people mentioning the same things over and over. I'm telling you, these are my ride or die. If I had to throw out all my other primers from Sephora and only pick a few, these are the ones I'm going with. So next I was thinking about foundation and concealer, and I thought you guys already know what I enjoy, what I use. Foundation is so finicky that I feel like it's really tough for me to sit here and tell you what to use. You've seen me apply them, you've seen me do first impressions. I think that's a little bit more helpful than me just telling you what works for me. Again, everybody's skin is different. If I had to say concealer wise, what I would recommend at the moment from Sephora, I've really been enjoying the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting. It's nothing new. I really like it. I'm wearing it right now, so I thought I would breeze through that. In terms of foundation from Sephora, if I want a long wear all day going to a wedding, I'm going for the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's an OG and it works. If I want something more dewy, more light, I'm going for the Dior Backstage. I've been liking the Pat McGrath. Again, I just feel like foundation is very finicky. If you want recommendations down below, leave me a comment and we can have a discussion depending on what you want. But those are kind of my little mentions. I'm going to move on to kind of bronzers. Highly recommend, wow, this Jouer Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder. I got the shade Dark. Wow, this is beautiful. I demoed this and I got a lot of comments. People were like, wow, that just blended so beautifully. This you cannot mess up. You cannot mess up. It has a slight, I don't want to say radiance. It just looks healthy on the skin. Absolutely stunning. This can be used as a setting powder as well. I'm kind of curious to try that in my actual shade, but I got this to bronze specifically. Absolutely stunning. If you're a beginner or you find bronzer kind of clings or you can't get it to blend out, highly recommend this. Beautiful. Bought it myself. Really, really love, and I saw this was still on the website. I've mentioned it and I'm going to mention it again. This is the NARS Summer Lights palette. If you are somebody that wants to have a palette to use and go, you don't want to mess around with a bunch of stuff, this is beautiful. Now again, if you're any deeper than medium skin tone, I don't know if the bronzer, I don't think the bronzer will work for you, but the highlighter you guys have asked me is very subtle. It's kind of like their normal NARS highlighters. These are not going to be like super blinding, but you're going to get a bang for your buck. You just have to kind of build it, use it wet. These shadows in here, incredible. The bronzer, so easy to work with. You can use it to contour or you can use it to bronze. You guys, this is an effortless palette. This is a lot of the times, like when I'm not filming, I'm going for this. I take this traveling with me. If I was going to like full glam, you know, I like to take the big dogs and all the big palettes. But if I'm going like on a trip for the weekend, or if I'm going, you know, whatever, just to go overnight, this is such a great staple product. I actually was looking for this and I couldn't find it, and it was in my travel makeup bag because I took it with me when I went to the cabin with my family. This is like easy, no drama. It's, you know, you look at it and you think, oh, that looks boring, and that's my first thought, but when you apply it, it's effortless. It's almost like the Instagram model makeup. This will get you that. One more face palette I'm going to mention, and I've talked about it before, the Sephora Pro medium face palette is hot fire. Look at these shades. I have some of the bronzer on today. You guys, this is beautiful. Read the reviews on this. Just read the reviews. I don't think there's one under 5 stars or one under 4 stars. This is phenomenal. If you're a makeup artist, run to get this. I'm telling you. Let me just open it again. Huge mirror, very heavy, so beautiful. Everybody that has picked this up upon my recommendation has loved it. I haven't heard anything negative about this. So beautiful. People were asking about the highlighters if they're blinding. Yes, you can build them up and they can definitely be super intense. As you can see here, they are a powder formula. There's not a ton of kick up in the pan. The bronzer is beautiful. I'm wearing a little bit of the bronzer. Did I already say that? I think I just said that. Anyways, Absolutely beautiful, especially if you can get 20% off. I really recommend this. In terms of blushes, there's a lot that I like, but my favorites from Sephora are these Sephora Matte Duo blushes. I will link them down below. They have, I think, 6 colorways. My 2 favorites are Peach Blossom, which is this one right here. It has that kind of peachy pink. Wow, hello, can you stay up for me? Peachy pink with the orange. You can mix them or you could use them separately. This is like an everyday staple, just like that nice kind of flushed peachy cheek. But my favorite, the one I'm wearing right now, is 04 Snapdragon. So you see this and you're like, ooh, there's a purple in there. And there is a purple in there, and it is freaking gorgeous. When you mix them, you don't even have to, but when you do, it is stunning together. So it's a bright pink, and then you have this purple in there. It's beautiful. It gives you just like a flush. I can't even describe it. The formula on these are phenomenal, and I think they're like retail 14 bucks. So with the sale, it's gonna be a good price. Moving on to highlighter, I have to go with what really wows me, the stuff that I've used the most, and I'm gonna have to hit on this one again. Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette, the original. I have used and abused this one. It is absolutely gorgeous. Are you seeing the pigment on this? Insanity. So beautiful. I love the formula. I love the shades. This never fails me. Never fails me. It's beautiful. It's worth the money. I do not recommend the second one. I don't love it, but I love the original. Another highlighter that I have not mentioned in quite a while, but that I use so much off camera. This is Melt Cosmetics Gold Ore. This is kind of the middle shade. They have like a white, a gold, and then a bronze, and they did just release, I think, like a peachy one and an icy pink. This is right in the center. Look at how beat up this is. Like, it's actually kind of disgusting, like what I've done to this, because I've used it so much. This is stunning, okay? This is the same formula as the Dior that I just showed. So this is just one shade. Look at this pigment that you're getting. It is so beautiful. I use this so much, and I haven't hit pan. I think I'm going to, though, because I use this so much. I'm wearing it right now. It's just a staple. It's like an everyday. You can use it kind of light and beautiful and airy, or you can really build it up for intensity. I mean, you can see right there. I use it so much, and I thought, God, I don't mention it, but I mean, it is dirty. It is used and abused. And I also have tried the white one. It's really icy white. Again, very similar. It's just more of an icy color. So really any shade, I think you'll really love this. Moving on to eyeshadow palettes. You guys know I'm an indie girl, right? So I usually like indie brands. I really don't buy, or I don't love a ton of eyeshadow palettes from Sephora. I don't know. I just feel like they play it really safe, and I know for a lot of people that day-to-day they just want neutrals, but I think for me on my channel, I like to play a lot more. So I had to recommend 100% the Neon Huda Beauty specifically. Wait a minute, this isn't the right one. Hold on. All right, so I found it, but I really like both of these, but really the orange one. These are the neon palettes from Huda Beauty, the little minis. First of all, the price is not bad, especially if you get 20% off. The orange is my favorite. I've done 1 or 2 looks with this on my channel, but I use this a lot. I love just putting any of these in the crease. The mattes are incredible. The shimmers are more of like a shimmer iridescent topper, but the mattes sell me on this. The packaging is beautiful. Love this. I love the orange, and I also do like the pink. The pink is a little bit more purpley, I would say, but it's so pretty. The mattes are insane. I love these so much. Highly recommend. The green one, I wouldn't go for that. I would pick one of these. The palette I'm wearing on my eyes today that I would recommend is the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. This is the one, I believe it's like $65. So it's a better price point for Natasha, but you get quite a bit to work with. So today I worked with this shade and this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So about half the palette, a little bit less than half the palette. I usually use the yellows just for a quick in the crease, or this peachy shade. This is a beautiful palette, beautiful pigment. You can see it's on my eyes right now. If you love yellows and jewel tones and oranges and purples and kind of copper maroons, I think you'd really enjoy this. And I think it's a great price point for Natasha for what you get. And the last palette I wanted to recommend is the Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream palette. First of all, the packaging on this is absolutely incredible, but I really just love the way these performed. I did freaking break one of mine because I dropped my palette. You have to be really careful with this shade right here. It's very fragile, but it's so beautiful. It's like an iridescent topper. The middle shade is what really stands out. Actually, the top 2 shades. The blues are fun for a pop of color, but like this shade right here, These 3 shades are so pretty. Look at the pigment on these. They're very, very pigmented, very creamy. You're not gonna get a ton of kick up. These 2 shades, actually these 3 right here, beautiful. This is like an everyday in the crease. You know I love pinks and peaches, and I love reds and all of this. Absolutely stunning. I wanna do a look like darker with maybe this one right here. It's called Nightfall. So beautiful. This palette is really well done. It smells like strawberries. The packaging is incredible, but really the shadows perform beautifully. And it just became available on Sephora, so I would highly recommend this. So I have one eye item that's a little bit different. You can use these on the eyes or the face. These are the Artist Couture Diamond Lights Finishers. I have 3 shades here. I have Golden Hour, Diamond Bronze, and then Icy Girl. These are incredible. I love these. I told my friend Cheryl to get one. She's been using it and loving it. So they're basically loose pigments, and they come in these little jars, and they're a little bit flaky and chunky, and you probably get it and think like, you know, oh, that's gonna be kind of messy. You do not need a glitter glue with these. I use them in an Instagram tutorial. I don't know if I can link that down below. I'm swatching this for you. So they give you this incredible reflection. This is Golden Hour, and you can use it with a wet brush. You can use a glitter glue, but you don't have to. And mine stuck beautifully on the eye. I had I talked to my friend Cheryl. She said they're beautiful too. Like, she doesn't have any issues with them. Let me swatch the bronze one for you. So pretty, so pretty. I mean, look at these, incredible. If you just want something to put on your lid with all of the matte palettes that you have, or you just want something, you can use these as highlighters, you want something on the inner corner, absolutely beautiful. I think they have like 6 or 7 shades, and I love them. I have 3, as I said, and they're really beautiful. The Icy Girl is incredible. It's like so white, intense. They're all just really pretty, and they're great things to have in your collection to amp up any kind of palettes that you have. Moving on to setting sprays, I have 2 to mention to you, so I'm gonna kind of break it down. 100% number 1, the best, Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. Incredible, you guys. The smell is incredible, the packaging is incredible, what it does, the sprayer. As a matter of fact, I just feel like I need a little bit more. This is incredible. It smells amazing, but what I love about it is it gives you a hydrating dew, but it's not greasy. It doesn't leave droplets. It doesn't disrupt your foundation. It doesn't make me greasy. It gives me a beautiful kind of glow, but it's not going to break up my makeup and kind of make me just, I don't know, some of them are a little bit heavy. They feel tacky. This doesn't. It just sinks right into the skin. Highly recommend this. This is my favorite. If you want something for every day, well, this is still for every day. I mean, it's beautiful, but I'm saying if you're a little bit more combo, a little bit more oily, you want something that's gonna kind of set your powders in but not be quite as dewy, I would say the Dewy Set from ABH. I'm all the way down here. I use this essentially as a Fix Plus. I don't use my Farsali as a Fix Plus because this is like gold to me. It's liquid gold. I would only use this like to spray my face. This one I use, and I don't know why, I just love the effect on my skin. This one I use for both, to set in powders, to wet my brush, to wet my beauty blenders. This is like a multi-use. It is really like a MAC Fix Plus, but I actually prefer it, so I would recommend both. I only have one mascara to recommend. I feel like mascara, a lot of the times I'm really liking kind of drugstore mascaras more so, and I was really into the Hourglass Caution mascara, but I've kind of moved away from it, and I have to say, I'm going to warn you about this, but this Too Faced Damn Girl mascara is incredible. Here's the thing, this will get clumpy. It can be a little bit difficult to use. It can be a little bit messy. I really don't notice a ton. When I pull it out of the tube, I usually just take it if I see any kind of clumps and just wipe it on the component, but you can see mine is nice and clean. Let me give you a close-up because I feel like I've heard people say this, and I'm sure everybody has a different opinion. This is what my component looks like. I've been using this consistently since I got it. I would say I've used it 20 times, maybe a little bit more than that. And this has made my lashes look insane, my natural lashes. I don't really use this with falsies because it can get clumpy and it is kind of messy. I use this when I really am not gonna put on falsies and I want my lashes to be as like long and thick as they can be. So I feel like if you hate clumpy mascaras, you're not gonna like this. If you're someone that is struggling and you feel like mascara just doesn't do anything for you, your lashes just will not show up, and you need something to give them volume and make them thicker, I think you would really enjoy this. Now they do have a mini size, so if you want to try it out first, but I'm just prefacing all of this with it is clumpy, but I'm willing to work with the clumpiness because it does so much for my lashes. Moving on to lip products, I have a few lip products I want to mention. I'm going to move quickly. I have the Fenty Beauty Unbutton Liquid Lipstick. This is phenomenal. The Stunna Lip Paint. I'm wearing it underneath glosses right now. The pigment is incredible. They have a bunch of different shades. I'm hoping she releases more nude shades, but this is just a beautiful, really peachy, warm shade. Love the formula. It's absolutely beautiful. Also had to mention Staycation from Huda Beauty. I didn't like her originals, but I do like these. They still lean a little bit gray or cool toned. The pigment is beautiful. I mean, I don't know if you can see. It's just one swipe pigment, super creamy and comfortable, but still matte. I love, love, love. Also, Charlotte Tilbury, really any of her lipsticks, but I wanted to shout out Hepburn Honey because I got this, I don't know, a couple months ago, and it's a beautiful shade. These are for people that don't like a drying formula. If you feel like your lips are a little bit dry, I think you really like this. So you can see I have a style of nude that I like, but these are like go-to, never fail me, always gonna reach for them. Also, the Fenty Beauty Diamond Milk. I've mentioned it before, but I'm just gonna mention it all. Have you guys seen, oh my gosh, have you seen the New York Housewives? I forget who was yelling at her. Was it Ramona? Was like yelling at Bethany Frankel, and she was like, or somebody was, I forget if it was Ramona or Sonia. Somebody was yelling at her, like calling her basically like, I don't know, she was like sleeping around or whatever. And Bethany like throws her legs up in the air and she's like, mention it all. That's like what I just thought of. Wow. Okay, that is like I live for the Housewives because they're absolutely batshit. Anyways, back to this gloss. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just shimmery, I don't know, icy goodness on the lips. And the last product is the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm. I also like the sleeping mask. The Glowy Balm is amazing. I swear, I put this on my lips at night and it's like Euphoria, like the show. It's like, it's ecstasy. It feels so good on the lips. I have to have it every single night, and I have the berry, but I want to get more. So I have a couple brushes I want to mention to you. The first one is the Sephora Pro Demi Fan number 72. This brush is hot fire. It's so good. Read the reviews. I'm telling you, it's amazing, okay? This is perfect for bronzing, contouring, blush. You could use this for so much stuff. It is so soft, so beautiful. I've used it so many times. I've washed it, I don't know, 10 times now, and it still looks perfect. Highly recommend, really well made. Also for brows, if you are kind of like need a brow angled brush and you're like, what do I use? But you need something really thin and precise. This is the ABH 7B. This is a slanted eyebrow brush with a spoolie. I use this to use my pomades or any kind of brow product that I'm using. Highly recommend. It's very small and dainty, which is what I like. And then I have been loving this brush for powder and also for liquid. This is the Tarte Bamboo Face Foundation brush. This is the kind of limited edition, but they have just the regular. I will link it down below. This gets your foundation on so quickly. You could also use this for powder. When I use my Fit Cover powder foundation, this is my favorite brush to use. It's just so large and in charge, you know what I mean? And it gets the job done. It gets me to where I need to be quickly, and I like that. It's soft, it's been through a million washes. It's just a staple. I have multiple of these in my collection, and I've been reaching for them a lot. So I wanted to mention it. If you're looking for a foundation brush that's gonna get you out the door because we don't have time for this, this is it. So I actually have one skincare product because it is the standout, the best, and it's literally like $7. This is the Ordinary AHA 30% BHA 2% peeling solution. This is a 10-minute mask, okay? So I bought this 3 or 4 months ago, and I've used it, I would say 5 times now. It is phenomenal. So it looks like blood on your skin, which is kind of a little alarming, but this is essentially a dupe or very similar to the Drunk Elephant TLC Baby Facial, which is amazing, but it's really expensive. This is the same concept. You put this on, you leave it on for 10 minutes, depending on how sensitive your skin is, and this takes care of texture, takes care of pores, takes care of just any kind of dead skin. It is absolutely incredible. Read the reviews on this. It's $7. Like, I'm not kidding, it's $7. So when you get 20% off it, it's like, I mean, they're basically like giving it to you for free for what it is. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. Again, I didn't want to go through and just keep mentioning the same stuff. I have a lot of skincare that I use. Actually, I don't use a lot of skincare now. I'm very like picky, especially with like treatments and stuff. So I went on out on a whim to buy this because I'd seen so many good reviews. And honestly, it does the same thing as the baby facial. I really like both of them, and this is $7. Highly, highly, highly. Just put it in your cart and thank me later. All right, we're gonna finish off with hair. I have 3 products. I'm gonna start out with the one I've been using religiously. This is the Olaplex number 3 Hair Perfector. I've been through, I wanna say 3 bottles, and I bought a bunch more, and now I'm kind of like, damn, I should have waited for the sale. I've been trying to use this twice a week. So basically you wet your hair and then you put this on. You can leave it on, it says minimum of 10 minutes. But honestly, I leave it on for an hour, 2 hours, and then I wash my hair, and it has done wonders for my hair. If you're a blonde especially, Olaplex is amazing, but this in particular, the number 3, so good for damaged hair, dry hair, fine hair, whatever. My hair isn't damaged, but I really had some breakage from when I had my MBR extensions in. They're very heavy, and I was using elastic hair ties because I'm an idiot, and I had breakage around like here because it was breaking off my hair because I had all that heaviness on that tight little elastic band. So I'm using this to regrow. Love it. It's just phenomenal. Next up, I have my backup here of the Madam CJ Walker So Extra Drenched Hydration Buttery Conditioner. This smells so good. I cannot even tell you guys. Oh my gosh. Read the reviews on this too. I think it was out of stock, and I'm like heartbroken if it's not going to come back in stock. This is like a whipped peach goodness, right? This is so good for your hair. It's a deep conditioning mask. You use it in the shower, and I think it says to leave it on 3 to 5 minutes. You can leave it on longer. This is so good that this is the one that Ian was using on his beard because he was in the shower, he saw the pump, he went for it, which he knew he shouldn't have, and then he liked the smell of it and kept using it, and he used up my first bottle, and I was like, how fucking dare you? That's really what my reaction was. So I got a backup. So good. I hold this near and dear to my heart. It's really, just really moisturizing. It makes your hair feel incredible. It doesn't leave it weighed down, and it smells phenomenal. I will link it down below. Again, add to your cart, thank me later. And then lastly, I did have to mention this because this is something I use for those days when my hair is just on one and it is so greasy. Maybe I've been working out and I just don't want to wash it because again, I'm trying to baby it. This is the First Class dry shampoo from IGK. This is the most intense dry shampoo I have ever used in my life. This is like for the days when Batiste ain't cutting it. This is like, my hair is disgusting 3-4 days in and I need some major help. I have a video I did with them on this and you can see my hair go from literally a grease pit to like soft and powdery and beautiful. They have 3 or 4 different dry shampoo options, but this is the most intense. This is like if you have oily scalp or you really need some help, and I'm telling you, this will revive your hair. It also gives you a little bit of texture too. So if you want some like texture, sometimes I'll just spritz this through my hair to give me a little bit of grit. Absolutely love this. I just had to recommend it. If you're searching and you're like, oh, my hair's so greasy, especially in the summer, this will cut the grease, I'm telling you. All right, guys, so that's everything for my recommendations. I didn't have much time to think, but I honestly just sat down, looked at my collection, and was like, yep, you're amazing, you're amazing, you're amazing. As things go on, I'm getting so much PR and I'm buying so much, which why do I keep buying it? I can't stop. It's like a sickness. But I really am like decluttering as I go because I just don't want a massive collection anymore. And these are the products that I would fight you for. Like if you tried to declutter them, I would be like, no, like we would have a fight because they're my babies and I love them. So I would recommend all of these. These are like top tier products from Sephora. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out down below RAKUTEN and make sure that you sign up and use it so you can get your extra cash back. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.